The Studio Witness presents Waifs and Strays Season 3 Episode 2, The Conference by John Bostock. Walter, Lady P, Wendy and Micky are gathered at the Lacy Street studio. Conversation is centred on Walter's latest exploits carried out on the unsuspecting locals.
He never stood a chance. I swooped down and not only did I manage to plaster his buffed up bald head, but I also covered his copy of the Racing Post just when he was surveying the runners and riders for the 2:30 at Kempton.
Another successful mission, Walter.
Stick with me, son. I'll teach you all I know.
Your raids are the stuff of legend. I hope you can extend that invitation to me too, sir. Do we really need to hear about this? Can't you keep your toilet talk to yourselves for once?
I love Walter's stories of daring do.
Daring poo, you mean? We'll have no more of that playground humour. I'm expecting some very important news and I need to prepare myself.
What important news?
The kind of news that will put Witness on the map.
It's already on the map, silly.
Don't be so rude. On the Pigeon map. Thanks to Walter's pooping mastery, I thought it already was.
I know it's mentioned as far south as Crewe.
Which one of you lot is Lady P?
That's me.
Here, sign for this and hurry up. I've got a delivery for Doncaster after you and I need to get a shift on.
Do you want a bite to eat? I've got some bread with peanut butter on that I managed to liberate from an unsuspecting victim in the park.
Thanks, brother, but no thanks. No time to hang about in this game. It does sound very tempting, though. Oh, go on. You've persuaded me.
Oh, right. I'll just get it. Greedy sod.
Can't stand on ceremony. I've got places to go. Thanks, though, brother. It's very much appreciated.
The greedy swine. I just got my mouth ready for that.
Why did you offer it to him then?
I was just being polite. I didn't think he'd take me up on it.
Why is it Lady P?
Oh, what joy! At last it's finally happening. Oh, do spill the beans, Lady P.
Did someone say beans? I'm starving.
I bet beans are the secret to your success, Walter.
Certainly give him some wind assistance. We, my fine feathered friends, we are going to host the National Pigeon Conference.
Yes! Hang on. What's the National Pigeon Conference?
Pigeons from all over the country will converge and many important decisions will be made and passed right here in Witness.
What decisions?
You don't know, Walter, whatever is on the agenda.
Agenda? Sounds a bit suspicious to me.
All the important pigeons will be there, including the most important pigeons of all, Lord and Lady Beaky Blinder.
Who?
Lord Beaky. Never mind.
Lord and Lady Beaky Blinder are high in the rafters of Charterfield Manor House discussing the up-and-coming conference.
My God, Arthur! The North? What made you pick somewhere up there? It will be all talk of pies, cobbled streets and Alan Bennet.
It was their turn, my dearest. We've held the conference in the South for the past 5 years. We can't be a national organisation and only have the conference in the South.
It will be dreadful. Remember the last conference we held up there? Some god-forsaken town that smelled like,
Ramsbottom, yes. Not one of our best choices.
So what's this place called again, Arthur?
Witness.
Sounds ghastly. And what happens in Witness?
Well, the applicant is called Lady P. She's of French origin.
French, très bon. I wonder if she knows the Defortes.
You know, anybody who's French will know the Defortes. Anyway, This is how she described Widnes: a chic, cosmopolitan market town, offering world-class cuisine, a friendly, warm atmosphere, and sophisticated conversation from esteemed local scholars.
Well, that sounds wonderful. Maybe I was a bit hasty to judge your decision, Arthur.
I'm sure it's going to be unforgettable, my dear.
We should invite the Defortes to attend.
What a splendid idea! I'll give William a call.
The Lacey Street Studio Pigeons talk quickly turned to the upcoming National Pigeon Conference.
So, when exactly is this conference?
In 10 days' time, when all the Lacey Street Studio staff will be away on their holidays, and we'll have the place to ourselves.
And what are we supposed to be doing?
Now, I've made a list of jobs I want each of you to be doing.
Jobs? I'm strictly self-employed. I don't take orders from anyone.
Walter, zip your lip.
Yes, my turtle dove.
Micky, I want you to welcome our guests as they arrive and direct them into here. Wendy, I want you to make sure all the accommodation is ready. What accommodation? Make sure all the rafters are clear of any mess. I want our guests to feel comfortable. Shift the poop, you mean? Well, yes, if you put it like that. Great! I get all the good jobs.
What about me? What do you want me to do?
You, Walter, will be in charge of supplying the food. Nobody is better than you at liberating the finest locally sourced cuisine.
Well, I tried my best. You've just got to know where to look.
I also want you, Micky, to arrange the entertainment. I've heard you know of a little act.
You mean the Hughes brothers?
Yes, that's them. I've heard they are taking Runcorn by storm.
They've certainly got a reputation.
I really don't think they're what you're looking for, Lady P.
Nonsense, Walter. They sound perfect. Now let's get on with it.
Very well, my dear. Whatever you think's best.
Good. Now I'm off to see what hat I am going to wear. I'll be back later to see how you've all got on.
Oh my God, Walter, the Hughes brothers.
I know. This is going to be fun.
Are they the ones that, you know?
Yeah?
Frank and Babs, who represent the London branch of Pigeon's National Congress, are busy getting things together, ready for their trip up north.
Blimey, Babs, we're only going for a couple of days. How much stuff does one pigeon need?
You want me looking my best, don't you, Frank?
It's a conference, not a fortnight's cruise in the Med.
Don't be so cheeky. Anyway, we represent London. We've got to set standards. We don't want anyone saying we're scruffy.
They'd get a good slap if they did.
Oh, no, Frank. We'll have none of that talk, please. You nearly got us chucked out of conference last time in Brighton. I've never been so embarrassed.
It wasn't my fault. I was just defending our honour. He was asking for it. Jumped up toe rag.
He was the General Secretary, Frank.
I don't care. It was Lord Beatty blinded himself. Nobody calls London a cesspit unless they're prepared to accept a good slapping from yours truly.
It's not what it used to be like. It's definitely Latin grim in a few places.
It's just the touristy bit, Babs. They let any old pigeon around them places. I blame privatisation. It's gone down the pan ever since they outsourced Trafalgar Square and gave the contract to the Tower of London mob. I mean, looking after the few ravens is child's play. We're keeping thousands of pigeons under control. It's too much.
You make sure you mention that at the conference.
It's top of my list, Babs. Now let's get going.
Where is it we're going, Frank?
Witness, Babs.
Never heard of it.
I've only ever been there once. Don't remember much, except I had a run-in with another pigeon.
That's not like you, Frank.
Wasn't my fault.
It never is.
He was asking for it. He kept pooping on the locals. I mean, he does a thing like that. He seemed to take great pride in his antics, so I gave him a piece of my mind and a swift slap around his chops. He soon saw the error of his ways.
I don't want you getting in any trouble. I'm looking forward to the conference. I can have a good catch up with the girls.
God give me strength.
The pigeons are busy getting ready as the conference guests start arriving. Lady P, Walter, Wendy and Micky are gathered round for a last-minute meeting to make sure all is correct.
I said, I've no idea. No,
I couldn't find a cuisine.
There's so much of it. It's terrible and stinky. It's absolutely outrageous. I don't know. What do you like?
Cucumber, but it didn't look good.
Wendy, have you got the accommodation ready? Yes, Lady P. All ship-shape and Bristol fashion. Micky, do you know what you are doing?
Stand outside and point. Basically, I'm just a signpost.
No, Micky, you are much more than that. You greet our guests with a smile and welcome them to witness. Then you point.
Great. By the way, the Hughes brothers will be here about 8-ish. I'll show them to their dressing room.
Oh, fantastic, Micky. I can't wait to reveal them later.
They can't wait to reveal themselves, too.
Food, Walter, what have you managed to find?
Pie and chips.
Is there nothing else?
Well, there's optional mushy peas.
Yuck! No, thank you.
Oh, beggars can't be choosers.
I don't like the look of them.
They look very serious.
I'll go and count the chips.
Walter, stay where you are.
A bit tight around the edges, but it will do, I suppose.
They need to change the cleaner. I'll be wiping my feet on the way out.
And who's in charge?
Huh?
Lady P, I presume.
Bonjour, and welcome to our little abode.
Hello, I'm Ms. Green, the General Secretary of NAPI, the National Association of Pigeons Incorporated.
Can you smell something?
No?
I think someone's acronym needs changing.
This is Ms. Pye, the Deputy General Secretary.
Good afternoon.
Lord and Lady Beaky Blinder will be arriving shortly, and they will insist on a cup of Earl Grey and some Battenberg before starting proceedings off.
Nobody told me this.
I sent it in the post. All the requirements they expect.
It's news to me. Wendy, come here. Did you receive any letters from the association? Now let me think. Oh yes, that's right. It's all taken care of. What is? I put them next to each other in the accommodation.
What are you talking about?
You know, the Lord and Lady next to, what's his face?
You're not talking sense.
You know, the Lord and Lady next to Earl Grey of Battenberg, and the Deforters next to the Earl.
Earl Grey is a tea and Battenberg is a cake.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, never mind. Now, who's greeting everybody at the door?
That will be me, like.
Now you can just let everybody come through and take their places, but when the Lord and the Lady and the Defortes turn up, I would like you to announce them to the conference.
Awake.
You'll be fine, Micky.
But what about the food? Obviously, you have no Battenberg.
That's my department.
So what is on the menu?
Only the finest locally sourced royal approved potatoes, peeled and cut into symmetrical cubes and cooked until golden brown, served with the choosiest cuts of meat, diced and mixed with a rich coulis and encrusted with golden pastry, with a side offering of slow-cooked vegetables presented to appeal especially to those deficient in the maxillary and mandibular departments. This is not just food. This is LSS food.
That's Lacey Street Studio food. I get it.
Pie, chips and mushy peas, then.
Sounds absolutely delicious. That's my favourite.
Oh, well, with the exception of the tea and cakes, it looks like everything is in order. The conference shouldn't take too long. If the London branch keep it short and don't harp on too long. We'll leave you to it. Come on, Ms. Pie. We need to set the agenda out.
I'll be glad when this thing is over.
Me too. But I suppose we'll have a finale to remember.
No half measures when we put on a show. We give it the full Monty.
Guests are arriving thick and fast. Micky is outside greeting them and generally pointing in the general direction of the Lacey Street studio. At last, Lord and Lady Beaky Blinder turn up with their friends, the Defortes.
Hello, Your Majesty. I mean, Your Holiness. No, hang on. It's something else, isn't it? Oh, yeah. That's it. Lord and Lady Cheeky Winder.
It's Lord and Lady Beaky Blinder, young man. And this is Monsieur William de Forte and his good wife. Now, if you could be so kind as to lead us the way in.
Oh, what a dreadful start. I hope things improve dramatically.
I'm sure it'll be just delightful, dear.
Micky leads them into the Lacey Street studio and prepares to introduce the guests to the conference.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lord and Lady Beaky Blinder. And their special friends, Mr. and Mrs. WD-40.
Is he any good with rusty pedlocks?
Shut up, Frank. Stop embarrassing me.
The chain of my bike could do with a few squares. Are you fixed?
Stop it, Frank.
Walter, go and tell the loudmouth to be quiet.
Leave it to me. Okay, mister. Can you keep a lid on it now?
You.
You!
Well. If it's not the great poop master himself. This is the one I told you about, Babs. No, Eddie's safe when he's around.
I think it's disgusting. Haven't you got nothing better to do?
Not really. I need to relieve myself somehow of the boredom.
You certainly will relieve yourself all over the bonces of the locals.
I do what I please. Anyway, if you could keep the chatter down, or I'll have no choice but to throw you out.
He must be having a giraffe, son. You just try it.
Oh, yeah. Come here, you.
Walter, come quickly. It's Micky. He needs your help.
What is it? Where is he?
He's at the front door. The Coos brothers have turned up and they've brought something.
Walter and Wendy head off to the front door to be greeted with a frantic Micky and perplexed-looking Hughes brothers.
What's up, Micky?
You need to stop them, Walter. They can't bring that in here.
What have you got in the bag, boys?
Oh, it's a snake!
Oh, my God, you can't be serious.
Oh, is that a problem, Walter?
I've got 200 pigeons in there and one big snake in that bag. That's the problem.
Have you know, I'm strictly vegan, man.
You think I was born yesterday?
Only you can answer that, man. Look, I've had a Moroccan couscous with steamed artichokes about an hour ago, and I'm quite full. Besides, I tried Pigeon once in me pre-vegan days, and it gave me a terrible heartburn, not to mention the wind.
I didn't realise they had a snake in the act.
I met them at the Buddhist temple in Runcorn. They are more enlightened over there.
I suppose it'll be all right. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
The conference is drawing to a close. The pigeons have all eaten and are all settling down for the evening's entertainment.
Pan and chips, Arthur! How very uncivilised! I've never been so embarrassed. What must the De Forges be thinking?
I don't know, dear. They certainly cleaned all their plates of food, so it couldn't have been that bad.
I do apologise. I know it's not up to your usual standards.
Well, I thought it was scrummy. Is there any more?
It's been a success, Walter. We're going to be the talk of the pigeon world. We've pulled it off.
We're not the only ones to pull it off.
What is this? Walter, cover your eyes. Micky, what's going on?
I did say I didn't think they were suitable.
Stop them at once, Micky.
It's a bit late for that.
Oh my Babs, they're doing the full Monty.
Python!
No, it's a common mistake. I'm not Monty. I'm Brian Python. I'm vegan and a good-looking one in the acts.
What were you thinking of, Lady P? Witness will be stripped off. I mean, struck off. Of nappy, for good.
Oh no, Lady Beaky Plander. She's chasing one of the Coos brothers.
Is she in distress?
Quite the opposite. I think she's about to undress.
This is why we have conferences in the south. It's wild in Witness.
It's growing on me. I might even stay. Free the feather.
Miss Pye, come back. Put your uniform back on. Stop.
Walter, Micky and Wendy are clearing up after the conference. The Lacey Street studio is empty. Lady P is motionless, staring into space and ignoring all attempts by the others to cheer her up.
It wasn't too bad, I suppose.
The pie and chips went down well.
If you took away the ending bit, then it was jolly successful.
Maybe. How long has Lady P been like that?
A few hours. Best leave her be.
Meow. I don't want to alarm you, but I've just seen Brian, meow, the python entering the basement. Meow.
Ms. Mogg, no worries. He's harmless and won't trouble a soul. Looks like we've got a new housemate.
I hope nobody discovers him.
Nobody ever goes down there, I think.
Waifs and Strays, The Conference, written by John Bostock, directed by Louise Nulty, edited by James Swift. Narrated, Charlotte Hughes, Lady P and Wendy, Louise Nulty, Walter, Rich Bradshaw, Micky, James Swift, Carrier Pigeon, Josh McNorton, Lady Beaky Blinder and Mrs. Mogg, Georgina Ridehalgh, Lord Beaky Blinder, O'Brien, Keith Fielding, Frank, John Bostock, Babs, Jane Bennet, General Secretary, Meg DeMar, Deputy General Secretary, Collette Nara. This episode was recorded online in March 2021.